let's play Tony Hinchcliffe's joke as it was told at the Trump Nazi hate rally last night.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. A lot going on.
All right. There's the joke. There's the big news. That's the horrible Nazi, terrible hate that was going out last night, going on at the Trump rally. As I was saying, it's a typical switcheroo joke. He says something, you think it's one thing, and then it's another thing. Now, as far as this goes, we've heard about the plastics and garbage, and there's a giant island of garbage in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and whatnot. I'm not explaining this to explain the joke to people. I'm explaining this to kind of show that this wasn't just oh boy, isn't Puerto Rico just garbage? It's not. It's a joke. You need the place. You need somewhere to be the place. He could have chose Haiti. I'm sure of it. But Haiti being connected to the Dominican Republic as an island doesn't quite work as a joke. You could say Hawaii, but, one of those, Honolulu or something. But that doesn't make any sense because Honolulu is a pretty beautiful island. People go there to vacation and whatnot. They go to Puerto Rico too, but, what are you going to do? So you need a place that is kind of known for being a little sleazy. And it's got to be known to a lot of people that it is sleazy and dirty. And Puerto Rico, sorry. Go to Puerto Rico. Go on a trip. You'll land at the airport in Puerto Rico, and then they will dump you in a van, and you will drive to a resort area. You will go through areas that are horrible, full of garbage, broken down. The poverty level is insane. So Puerto Rico works in this context. Hey, a big garbage floating in the middle of the ocean. Oh, I guess that's Puerto Rico. So it works as a joke. It's funny. It is a funny joke. They didn't find it funny at the rally because I think everyone was like, oh, that's not what we're doing here. The news doesn't cover that. The reaction the joke got wasn't really, yeah, fuck Puerto Rico. It was just kind of, okay, it's Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, my take on the whole thing that I posted on Twitter was that this was a fuck up. This was a fuck up by the Trump campaign. And it never should have happened. I don't think Tony Hinchcliffe should have been booked at this rally. I think if somebody wanted him booked, they should have done their homework and known what kind of comic he was and vetted his material. Really, Anthony? Censorship? Are you? No. And believe me, that's what people are saying in the comments. Yeah, Anthony, you're a pussy like them. You're the one making a big deal over it and posting it. No, I'm commenting on the politics of it. I'm not commenting on, wow, the joke was offensive. They shouldn't have done it because it was offensive. No, I am talking now purely politically, as a political analyst would talk about this. It was a stupid move on the campaign, on the part of the Trump campaign. Now, I certainly don't think Donald Trump handpicked Tony Hinchcliffe to do this. I just don't think so. I think there are people, a lot of people behind the scenes of the campaign that decided, hey, the kids, they love him. That's the whole new thing that they're trying to do. Waltz and AOC played video games online, I think on Twitch last night. It's pathetic how they're trying so hard to get the young people vote. Hello, fellow kids. It's that meme. It's the fucking meme of Steve Buscemi with the skateboard. Hello, fellow kids, or whatever he says. It's hilarious. But yeah, you don't do this when you have the momentum, which Trump does. He's got the momentum. Camilla is stuck in molasses, in shitty molasses. She can't get any head of steam going. All she could do, and all the media can do, is bash Trump and lie. Just lie about everything. And when Trump announced this rally at Madison Square Garden, all they could do was pull out the Nazi comparison. That this is just like the Nazi rally. It's going to be a rally of hate. It's going to be, and it was a bunch of people getting up there and talking about Kamala Harris's shortcomings, her incompetence, her complete lack of accomplishments as far as her vice presidency goes, and as far as the Biden administration was concerned. They had a co-presidency here. They made a point of letting everyone know she was involved in every single decision that was made as far as policy goes for Joe Biden. She was involved shoulder to shoulder with this guy. So there's no saying, well, I'm just the vice president. Those weren't my policies. They were. They've absolutely said that many, many times. So you just, they were talking about that. That's what people would have walked away from this with, aside from the media. And I'll get to that. I understand that they were going to find something wrong with this. They already did. For fuck's sake, they called it a Nazi rally. I understand they weren't going to walk away from it afterwards and start posting these glowing reviews of Americana and how wonderful Make America Great is. I get that. Because that's another thing a lot of people were commenting on. Hey, Anthony, like they weren't going to find something? Yes, they were. But you don't hand it to them like this. You thought I was going to say on a silver platter. Yes, I was. And then I thought, everyone's going to think I'm going to say silver platter, so I'm not. I'll say like this. On a silver platter. Yeah, but that's exactly what Trump did. Or the Trump administration, whatever it is. It's Trump's face on it. So, and that's absolutely what the news is running with. This is Trump. Trump might as well have gone up there and been, Puerto Rico is a pile of garbage in the sea. It's absolutely what they would say in this situation. And they are. They are saying this. So whoever booked this should be fired immediately. This was a dumb fucking move. A dumb move. The story today from every news agency should have been, holy shit, Trump packs an arena in the bluest of blue cities in the country. New York, New York. Blue city. Democrat through and through. And he packs an arena of peaceful Trump supporters that were listening to what Trump wants to do as far as the country goes and what Kamala Harris has failed to do. That should have been the actual. Now, I know a lot of news, they wouldn't run with that story. I get it. But that should have been the story that people should have run with. You hand them this, and now they go, oh, see? We told you it was a Nazi rally. Now they have a talking point. And every fucking one of these shows are yapping about it. And they're crowing about how Hispanics are now turning their back on Donald Trump. And we have the likes of Geraldo Rivera. And that bitch from The View, who we'll play a clip from in a minute. And all the Hispanics. John Leguizamo. They're all coming out now. How dare you talk about Rico like this. Handed it to them. They would have had to follow up on the Nazi thing. And everybody with any sense in their head would have turned the news on today and heard them talking about that Nazi rally and then looked at clips and gone, how is this Nazi? There are Jews there. Literally flying Israeli flags in the audience. There's blacks and Hispanics and Asians getting up and speaking. They're peaceful. They're all together. What the fuck? They're not talking about hate. They're talking about uniting America under the flag and under the opportunity that America gives you under the proper leadership. That's what they talked about. So how, you get someone with sense and they watch the news and go, so how, after knowing that, how can they call it it's silly for them now to call it a Nazi rally. But now, today, they reinforce it and go, yep, look at that. They're calling it a Nazi rally and they're saying that Puerto Rico's garbage and you blew it. I honestly think this was by far, because it's been a pretty flawless campaign on Trump's part. This was the biggest blunder of the campaign. And they cannot afford to make mistakes like this days before the election. Just can't do it. This was a bonehead, dumb move. And, I've seen a lot of comments from people that are going to try to refute it, my take on it. Let me see. I'm actually there. Okay. So we're going to take some phone calls. We got the number right up there. Ryan, plunk one down. Let's see what we got. Let me know what your name is and where you're from, please.
I'm going to see if this configuration works. If there's any problem, I got a quick plan B. But this should work. 347 on the line.
Okay. Where are you from and what's your name, sir? I don't hear him speaking.
Oh, wait. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Almost. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Do you hear anything?
Hello, sir? Not a...
No. Crack. All right, hold on 1 second, sir.
I'll hold on 1 second. You hold on 1 second. We'll all hold on. I haven't taken calls. What's that? I haven't taken calls in quite some time. So I guess mechanically we have some issues. So what are you going to do? We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. I could talk more about the topic we're talking about. So when I posted this, it got a lot of views and a lot of responses. It's going up by the hour, which I'm very surprised of because my Twitter account has been throttled to no end. I mean, I'm making less than half what I was making 2 months ago. My impressions have gone down. Wait, you do impressions now too? He does these impersonations. It's like the real guy or something. Impressions are down, views, reply, everything is down. And I'm not the only one. And you'll get people, maybe people are just sick of hearing your shit. Like, nah, I would know that. And that doesn't just drop off like a wall. It kind of, fizzles away. And a lot of people are complaining about the same fucking thing. They're getting half or less than half of what they were making. And I'm not doing it. I don't do it for the money, but it's a nice little side thing, to get a couple of $1,000 a month, nothing to sneeze at, as they say. It's a car payment. It's shit like that. So it's nice, but I don't know why it just dropped off. There's an algorithm issue going on there, but it has. But I hit certain topics, and I guess the throttling can't get through and fuck it up. So this one where I'm talking about Tony Hinchcliffe has gotten a lot of hits, but a lot of people really not misunderstand. I don't know what the word is. They just, they got to be combative and say, oh, Anthony, you're being a pussy because, you're being like them. You can't take a joke. It's not about the joke. there was no fucking reason to have Tony Hinchcliffe there. People are blaming Barron Trump. They think Barron Trump is turning Donald on to all these podcasts and whatnot that he's doing a pretty good job on. You know, he's been on a few podcasts and it comes off pretty good. Vance too. JD Vance has been on podcasts, and they're saying that Barron, who is now in college, I guess, is like a whiz with these podcasts. He knows all the latest, hippest podcasts and suggests to his dad who to go on and what guests to have. And maybe he suggested Tony Hinchcliffe to his dad. Here's what I truly believe. I don't think Barron Trump can speak. Is that controversial? Is that, am I bashing? Am I Trump bashing? I honestly don't think Trump Jr. is vocal. I think he's got autism, like he's nonverbal. I've never heard him speak. He's waved to the crowd. He's done things like, even growing up, we watched him from 2016 during the campaign and the presidency, and you saw him grow up. He's kid's like 7 feet tall now. But, adults talk to him, and he seems very fidgety. What do you mean he fidgets? Kid fidgets? What constitutes a fidget? So, yeah, I don't know how much input he's having to his dad about podcasts and whatnot when I don't think he's verbal. How are we doing on those calls there, Ryan?
We can give him another shot. Let's see. So I have it running through a different browser. Let's, not uber confident, but let's give this a shot here.
All right.
We've got 347 ideally.
Are you on, sir? Can I hear you? How disappointing. This is gravely disappointing to me. I can't seem to get a phone call through.
Oh, wait.
Well, Ryan.
Is this... No, wait. Sir, can you hear us?
Oh.
He cannot.
On such a big day, I wanted to take phone calls again because we have a reason to today, not just people calling up and interfering and interrupting with the program. Actual topic that people might disagree with me on. And I would have liked to have tried that out. This Hinchcliffe thing has got people on both sides kind of going off. You continue trying that. I don't know if you can while you play a clip, but let me see. All right, this is... I want to play some of these responses. Let me see. I got The View, right? Where's the girl from The View? There it is. The Puerto Rican from The View just goes off on this. And it's, this is exactly what I'm talking about, handing ammunition to the enemy. This is The View. Now, I understand. Here's another thing. And if you want to call, and maybe, I understand no one that watches The View seriously and listens to them as actual people is even ever going to vote for Donald Trump. I get that. I understand. But this is just what the media does. They put something out there. It's a lie. They repeat it a bunch of times. And maybe you aren't going to fall for it. Maybe the people that go, oh, Anthony, this won't change anything. Maybe you won't fall for it. But the media has had great success over the course of its history in completely controlling the mindset of a nation. You are forgetting that there are very, very stupid, very, very impressionable people in this country. And they hear things and their dumb mind concocts that it is true and they act accordingly. That's why the media as a propaganda machine is very powerful and very dangerous. You can't just say, oh, it's not going to change anything. This has been what changes everything, the fucking media. They do this all the time. So it does change things. And when you hand them something like this, where you give an opportunity for some Puerto Rican woman to get up there and now just trash Donald Trump on, look, it's a network morning show. It does very well, unfortunately. And it gets clipped and put on the web, and people watch it. So to say it does nothing is very naive of people. So here's the ammunition given to the Puerto Rican on The View.
This Puerto Rican has something to say about the island that I love, where my family is from. Puerto Rico is trash. We are Americans, Donald Trump. Americans. We voluntarily serve disproportionately high in the military while you have bone spurs. And we vote. Pennsylvania is home to almost 500,000 Puerto Ricans. North Carolina, 115,000.
A lot of
Georgia, 100,000. Arizona, 64,000. Wisconsin, 61,000. Michigan, 43,000. Nevada, 27,000. We vote Donald Trump. Trash. And by the way, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Bad Bunny, Luis Fonsi, and Mark Anthony have over 345 million followers on Instagram. I think you only have 26 million, since you care so much about size. And we don't like what was said about Puerto Rico. And we know how to take the trash out, Donald Trump. Trash that has been collecting since 2016. And that's you, Donald Trump. And finally, my fellow Puerto Ricans, Trash Collection Day is November 5th, 2024. Don't forget it.
See, you gave her a moment. You fucking gave her that. If you hadn't booked Tony Hinchcliffe, she wouldn't have shit to say on The View today. She wouldn't have had shit to say. Oh, they'd have talked about the hate and everything. I get it. But she gets to perform a monologue that brings up the patriotism of Puerto Ricans. They wouldn't have been able to do that. Brings up Donald Trump's draft dodging stories. That wouldn't have come up. Brings up, trash day is the election day and Donald Trump is trash. All the shit. You just gave her that ammunition. They'd have had to scramble and just talk about Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. We're all used to that. We got it. And what's that going to do? But now you gave her that monologue, handed it to her on a golden platter. So, it's a stupid fuck move. 8 days before the election, it's a dumb move. And for those of you saying it's not going to do anything, don't worry, they'll have some other fucking thing to bitch about in another day. I know the news cycles. I get it. The news cycles they'll go to something else, but this is now something in the arsenal. They're still talking about 2016. They're still talking about grab her by the pussy. They're still talking about fucking Nazis are nice people. These things don't go away. Even though the news cycle changes, they keep regurgitating this shit. And now you just gave them another piece of vomit to regurgitate on a silver platter. So it's not nothing. Let's just fucking get that straight. It's not nothing. It's something. And it's not good. 8 days before the fucking election. Bonehead move, man. Bonehead fucking move.